on a I actually had a small little like guest reporter role on JAG once, and
I remember. I do. I do. No, I think I think
no,
I remember.
you don't.
There was 250 episodes, so my
Yes,
memory's a little
you were
foggy.
on that show for a long time. Good for you.
A whole lifetime.
Good for you. Great
Thank
success
you.
because
Thank
of you guys. Listen, this is our Google Plus Hangout. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I haven't.
It's basically all of the social media platforms kind of rolled into one, shot up with steroids, married to Skype is how I like to explain it, right?
Okay. I like it.
It allows us to hang out with anywhere from 5 to 10 people from all over the world. But we also have the on-air version, which allows us to broadcast to the potentially 150 plus million registered Google Plus users. And it's also live on Google Plus right now. So there's a bunch of people watching
I
it.
didn't even know about Google Plus, so it's a learning day.
Well, now you're going to know about it.
Well, then let me hold this up and tell them donate
absolutely.
to Better LA's.
We're gonna definitely
and promote
the Art of the City. We're gonna plug that at Better LA.
Better LA.
Listen, if you guys are just watching us on air, it's Maria from the Fox11 newsroom here in Los Angeles, kind of a behind-the-scenes look at what goes on, and we have David James Elliott, the now star of the show, very popular show actually, GCB, and also was on JAG for about 10 seasons, I think, 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
And joining us to talk about a Better LA. Before we get to that, I want to introduce you to the gang of the Hangout. There's a bunch of them hanging out with us today. Let's see who is here. We've got Dayano, who's hanging out from Reno. Edwin, who is here actually in Los Angeles. Eric is, I don't know, Portland.
Portland, you got it. How you doing?
Silicon Valley.
Wow.
Laurent is in Paris.
Laurent.
Yes. Francois, actually, I think it's like 5 or 6 maybe there.
Oh, really?
And this is Matt, who's hanging out from Minot, North Dakota.
How's it going?
Dakota in the music room.
Yes. And we had someone in from Canada. I wanted him to stay, but I guess he jumped out.
As Canadians, you can't rely on.
Minot, North Dakota is almost Canada, though.
Anyway, let's start.
North Dakota's almost Canada.
It's practically there. Yeah, it's cold enough for sure.
Yeah.
Listen, let's talk about the Better LA.
Better LA.
What is that?
Well, the Better LA is a charity that Pete Carroll started, and their I guess their mission statement is empowering community from within. So Pete, in the worst days of the gang violence, Pete Carroll went down there to try to procure a young kid who was a very talented football player, and he talked about possibly pulling him out of there. He asked somebody who was in the tight in the community, and he said, "How can we get him out?" And they went, "Well, maybe what if he doesn't want to leave, Pete? I mean, his family's here, his friends are here. He grew up here. He doesn't really know any other area." And Pete went down at night and spent time with the families, and he talked to the people in LA, and he realized, like Watts, and he realized that that this was a really undercovered problem. I mean, 15,000 people have died in gang violence since the 80s, and he realized that it's such a complex problem. There's no one fix. So what a Better LA does is it funds all these little satellite grassroots operations like Safe Passage that help kids get back and forth to school, because PTSD rates among children in the hard-hit areas of Los Angeles are as high as children in Iraq or Afghanistan.
Well, that's astounding.
That's astounding.
Okay.
There's not one person I heard yesterday at a community meeting that lives in Watts that has not lost a loved one to gang violence. And the stuff that they talked about, and I don't want to say flippantly, but it wasn't flippant, but they talked like everybody, it was just rolled off the tongue,
right.
Where you would go, yeah, well, I lost 2 children that were murdered, shot, killed.
You heard about those 2 students near USC?
I heard about that near USC.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just no end. The stuff that they deal with every day. One element of that would.
So how can we be involved? What can we do?
Well, we can go to betterla.org and donate, or we can show up in the Art of the City on May 3rd at Viviana in LA.
Next week.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing event, and there's an after party if you can't afford the big party, which is a celebration of LA culture. We have celebrity chefs. We have Joaquin from Patina. We have the Drago brothers, among others. We have a lot of great top LA artists. Their artwork has been donated for auction. Sharon Stone's going to run the auction. Cheech Marin is our host. I'm on the host committee, so that's why I'm here pumping it. And what else can I tell you? Or come to the after party. Alcohol is free. Tickets are $80, $40 for students. But you know, the cost of drinks these days, $80 would be gone if you had to pay to get in and pay for your drinks. So we have 5 the hot young DJs. DJ Rashida, DJ Adam 12, among others.
And you'll be there.
And I'll be there.
There you go. See, a great event to go to here in LA. So tell your friends for a better LA. Listen, I'm going to open it up to the Hangout here and see if any of our guys have a
Anybody
question.
cares?
Yeah, I have a question actually.
Go ahead.
You know, I met Pete Carroll about 3 years ago, and all he talked about was a better LA. He didn't want to talk about football. He wanted to talk about a better LA. Is he still involved in the organization?
Oh, yeah. And he will be there on May 3rd. Pete's very involved. LA is his home. He's coaching Seattle at the moment, but you know, if you met Pete, and I'm sure within minutes you realize he's a guy that has the energy of any 12 people put together. He doesn't stop, and his mind is always working, and he's all about giving back. I mean, Pete is just one of those exemplary.
He's stand-up.
You know, we could all learn from.
Why is this one important to you? Why are you involved with this one?
You know.
I mean, this is not the only
organization
that you're
no,
involved
certainly
with.
not. But I live in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
and I spent the day in Watts yesterday, and I was just so touched by you know the people that I spoke to, and
we need to get to these kids. I mean, that's how we're going to
really
make a difference.
That is the next generation, you know, and it's working. That's the thing about this program. These programs that they fund, you know, it's working. Gang violence is down. The LAPD have attributed Pete's charity to really making a huge difference. And ultimately what we'd like to do is, and what Pete's vision is to instigate it in all the big American cities where gang violence is a big problem, and to start get federal funding.
Yeah, it's not only here. I mean, I just heard Chicago, it was an interview last night about their huge gang problem. It's rampant.
And it is.
Okay, who else has a question? Piano? Yep, go ahead.
I was just curious. I know you directed like 3 or 4 episodes of JAG.
Yeah.
It's like, were you interested in moving more into the directorial role, stepping behind?
I loved it. Yeah, you know, and I am interested in that. I've been writing, and in fact, I have a feature that I wrote that I'm trying to get made, and I want to direct that. So I love that. Really, it was probably the most fun in the 10 years was directing.
How does a kid from Canada end up in LA? And
I don't know. You know, I used to drive down Sunset Boulevard, and I still occasionally go, I can't even believe I'm still here.
Really?
And I've almost been here longer than I was there at this point.
Yeah, because you moved here when you were much
late
younger.
80s.
Yeah. Not that you're older now.
I'm getting there. I'm getting up. But you know.
Okay.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
What kind of music do you like?
I like everything, man. I've noticed I have a room like that. I have.
Do you play?
3 guitars.
Weren't you in a band or something?
I was in bands.
I was
in a bunch of bands. You know, coming up. I'm a guitar player.
Who's some of your influences on guitar?
I mean, God, I remember hearing Paul McCartney say that one of the things that the Beatles had that a lot of players don't have today is they had such an eclectic mix of music styles that influenced them. And today, all we have is rock, right? Yeah. But I really dig jazz, and I love classical music, and I love everything. I can't listen. I have a hard time listening to the same stuff over and over again. Like my wife will listen to the same 12 songs over and over.
The ones that you play. What if you were to play a song to your wife? You know, what types of music would you?
Oh, loaded question.
Oh, my wife usually goes, stop playing the guitar.
That's what I tell my husband. Honey, enough of the Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah. Go into your music room and play in there. So.
Nope.
Would I play for her? God, I don't know. What do I play?
You need to play again.
Sounds
like it's been a little while since you've played for her.
I'm just so used to her telling me to stop. I don't play for her.
Kempton, you are back. You are a fan of the show GCB. I know that. Kristen Chenoweth was here
Right.
recently as
Okay.
well. How was that working with the ladies? Right?
Great. Oh,
Yeah.
great. Really talented cast.
Yeah, but
Fun.
Right?
It's a fun show. Yeah. Fun show to do. You got a
Kenton, do
question?
you have a question?
You're from Canada?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm from Canada. Yeah. I saw your bio. You went to Ryerson. I went to U of Toronto. It's,
you did, huh?
it's cool. So I have a question. So how much of the show, like the show looks fantastic, and the dialogues are really funny. Sometimes I have this question. So do you guys have it very much scripted? Or is it like, do you guys do riff off and try different lines? How scripted
it's
is the
scripted.
show?
Yeah, that's fully scripted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
no.
nobody's
They're
ad-libbing.
writers, yeah.
Right, we have Robert Merling who you know, writes or certainly oversees everything, and he created the show, and he did First Wives Club and Steel Magnolias, so he's a brilliant comic writer.
And I don't know if this question was asked, but the title, the name of the show, was it that the controversy inserted just to get the excitement going, or do you guys actually have to change it?
I would think that yeah, I think they probably bought the book mostly for the title.
Yeah, I was going to say the title of the book was actually that.
Yeah.
And they
Awesome.
changed
Yeah.
television.
Exactly. You know, but and it's one of those titles that people jump to conclusions about. But I couldn't. I tried to get the book, but it's out of print and maybe back in print now. I don't know, but it wasn't a disparaging title. It was something that this group of women who live in that area refer to themselves as. They're bossy.
Oh.
Exactly.
Right. When they're referring to themselves, then it's not derogative, and it's fun.
No.
It's a whole lot of fun. A fun show to watch.
Yeah, no, that's kind of a flattering thing now to be called such, because you equate, you know, the B word with someone who is strong and so confident. Okay, one last question: is there a role that's on your top list? Like, what would you like to play next or coming up soon?
I've had that, you know. I mean, I always think of Shakespeare when I think of that. So my favorite Shakespeare role was Richard II.
Yes.
That's a role I would love to play one day.
Was that a Burton? Did he play that a lot?
Richard Burton? No. The famous Richard II was in the theater. I don't. They never filmed it, so it was.
Okay then.
God, what's his name? The guy from Lord of the Rings who played the wizard.
Yes, you know who. He's the older dude.
Yeah, him. He's the famous Richard II. But I saw, you know, we did it in Stratford, and Brian Bedford played him, and it was phenomenal.
Well, we'll look out for that.
Thank you.
Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen, that's
it.
Yeah.
Ian McKellen.
The power of Google.
You're so quick. All right, you guys. Well, listen, thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget, tell your friends if you've got friends here in LA. May 3rd. It's
Viviana.
The Viviana downtown.
Yeah, downtown in the heart of the city. Go to betterla.org for tickets and information.
And
You'll
get to hang out.
Hang out with the celebrities. Can we take a photo with you?
Sure,
oh my
please.
gosh, what a pleasure.
What do we do?
Okay, there's the camera right there, and they're going to take a screenshot.
Okay.
Yay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, David.
Do you
Thank
have a hard time finding roles? Because you